Hi, good morning. It's Tuesday, July 10th, day 136 for Pritch. Over there, day 141 for Bones. We never know what day it is for Milo because he can't keep track. And he is older than me, so that's probably the reason. I think he's about 6 months older. And there's our old friend Zoom Zoom, who's appeared out of the blue. Some Sobos and section hikers. We spent the night here at Hostel of Maine. What a wonderful place. And Justin and Melanie, the hosts, very gracious hosts. It's a wonderful place to stay. It's your best option when you get off the trail in Stratton to resupply. A little bit off the beaten track, but they'll drive you around, so it's really nice. Today we're going to do Avery Mountains. That's plural. And then the Bigelows. There's rain in the forecast, including soon, which is kind of hangs over us, but we're just going to set on and hope for the best. But had a nice relaxing night and resupply here. And on to Caratunk for milkshake, and then Monson for resupply. Talk to you soon. So far the climb has been through lots of rocks, lots of beautiful forested, moss-covered sections, and some number of handholds like this. Not a ton, but really terrain that I think is unique to Maine. Lots of conifers, lots of moss, endless rocks, loads of roots. But the temps are pretty good. Sprinkled on us for a short while and then passed. So far so good. Very nice. So pretty up here. Really love it. Just endless green and quiet. These little passageways behind rocks. It's just a beautiful mystery what's right up ahead. Just keep turning, going around big rocks and finding new interesting places. Okay, enough for now. We've gone 4.3 miles. It's about 11:15, and that's North and South Horn ahead of us. Looks like a pretty steep climb. And there's a couple more mountains right behind them, the Averys, Bigelows rather, we have to climb as well. So, yeah, mountainous day of climbing. But good weather, it's cool. A little bit of a breeze up here, which is nice. And it's not raining so far, which is also nice, very nice. Beautiful view of the Horns. You can look back into the Carabasset Valley. And there's mighty Sugarloaf, or the Loaf, as the locals like to call it. And you can see all the trails. And they just opened up the mountain to the left. That doesn't show any trails, but there are some trails in there in the woods. Beautiful area. This whole place is gorgeous. We gotta keep hiking. No moose, as always. We know where they're supposed to be, but they're just never there. Oh well. We've seen some, so that's good enough for now.
Nice.
I didn't catch the part where Milo just unceremoniously tossed his poles. Bones, you can make it. Call the fire department. Get the ladder up here. Okay, everyone's alive again. Let's proceed on. Okay. Downward. Hopefully that we won't have part of the Bigelow Mountain South Horn with Zoom Zoom in the foreground. There's a couple of sullen figures here, and just doing the manly thing, just staring. Wow. Over to Carabasset Valley and Sugarloaf. That was a hard climb. And now is that next to our left? Oh dear me. That looks like a challenge. Challenge even getting down, my guess, from here. Oh well. Hey guys, about 20 past 1. We're at Bigelow West Peak. It's amazing up here. Amazingly steep climb. There's some young males vacationing from Quebec. There's some beautiful lakes behind us, and there's the usual suspects right there, 2 of them. And Zoom Zoom is further behind, but coming up on our tail. And wow, look at all these lakes over here. Yikes! Is this not beautiful? We're hustling along a little bit because unfortunately there's some heavy weather coming in, and we're going to get inundated with rain. It's already rained a little bit, but nothing much. And we certainly don't want to be on a peak when the lightning hits, which it's supposed to. And guess what? There's I think a whippoorwill. Here we go. Here's where we're at now. And there's where we're heading. And there's the thunder and lightning coming our way. Perfect. Here's my aluminum poles to attract the lightning. Press on. Got about 7 or 7.5 miles to go to a shelter. Hopefully shelter tonight. If it's pouring rain. No joy in tenting in pouring rain. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get there before the biggest rains come in. Not clear though. See ya. Didn't take that long to get from Bigelow Col to Bigelow Mountain, Avery Peak. That's where I'm at right now. Look at those lakes. Wow, this is pretty. Here's a present view of Sugarloaf Mountain. Looks like the Carabasset Valley Airport comes into view. And this must have been a foundation for stand upright. I'm going to keep hauling because I still have 6.9 miles to go to the shelter. And shelter I do want to do tonight. It's closing in on 2 o'clock, and it's supposed to be raining heavy by 5, including thunderstorms. So I'll be happy, hopefully, to be off a 4,000-foot mountaintop in the case of lightning. And if I can possibly make the lean-to, I haven't slept inside in a shelter in ages, but in the rain, it's invaluable versus your tent, which may keep you somewhat dry on the inside, not completely. And then you wake up the next morning, your tent will be drenched and it will not dry out for days. So it's a good time to stay in a shelter, or a lean-to as they call them up here in Maine. Good Lord, is this a beautiful state. Yeah. It just goes on and on and on. Lucky me. And more views. Go a little bit further. You can see what's over the next hill. I believe I'm climbing that painful looking mountain range ahead of me. Yep, climbing up and down that. But after we do that, things are going to flatten out for a little bit. And yeah, Caratunk is in 2 days, and then Monson by the end of the week, and then into the 100-mile wilderness. Hoorah! Hiking through a large boulder-filled area, going up and around rocks. Reminds me a little bit like Mahoosic Notch. It's quite a bit cooler here. Look at the size of that boulder. Yikes. And temperatures like 20 plus degrees less than in the surrounding areas. It's a welcome respite because it's been very hot and humid. And so that's a nice little diversion. It's been going on for like 20 minutes. And there's more of it ahead. It does slow you down. There's some little bit of climbing you have to do to go around these rocks. Look at the size of these boulders. Another giant one. Huh. Wow. And I guess I'm going down this way. Wow. Whoa, look at that. Good place to sit in here on a rainy day, which it's supposed to be in about 2 hours, but then I still won't be making it to the shelter, so I'm going to press on. But this is interesting. Look at the size of that. Right overhead. Yikes. Okay, I gotta make some tracks. Hi guys. It's late in the day. Still just under a mile from the shelter tent site. I did want to show this. These Bigelow mountains have some very interesting terrain where the rocks are exposed, save for some moss and some trees clinging to the soil. And there's quite a few spots like this that I've seen, in particular on the way on the descent to the current shelter. It's really just kind of nice. Perhaps a place you could sit and have a little picnic, all the while enjoying unbelievable views in all directions. Water, features everywhere, beautiful green tree lines. It's all very nice. Yeah, just thought I'd show that before I headed back in the woods. It's like about the 7th or 8th one I've seen. You can see a little bit more coming in here as I go through the woods. You can see more exposed rock, which fundamentally what we're seeing is that these mountains are very rocky, and they're one big monolithic rock in many places like this. Okay, onto the shelter. Man, oh man, am I hungry and tired. And still not sure. The rain was supposed to come in by now, but it hasn't. It was sprinkling for a while, but then that stopped. We'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and the rain will hold off, because I'd prefer to tent. I gotta clean myself up. I had a whopper of a wipeout, and my backside, my pants, my phone, everything is just inundated with mud, which left me in a sour mood. So I sent the rest of the team on so I could stew and swear a little bit in private rather than losing control and blaming them for the weather and my feet and everything else. I'd just rather suffer in silence than be in a crowd at that point. I'll talk to you soon. Good morning, Wednesday, July 11th. Day 137 for me, 142 for Bones. And we're leaving the shelter in the tent site. Had a decent night. Legs are pretty sore, so I couldn't get to sleep for a couple of hours. And today we're going to go, yesterday we left Stratton, Maine, and went, going across a water source. And yesterday we did like 15 and a half. Today we're going to do 17. It's pretty cold out right now. I got my jacket on. And it seems to be about 50. And it's going to be pretty easy terrain today. Terrain is really flattening out. Should be easy times ahead, I hope. And hopefully my feet will feel better. And I'll report as the day progresses. Talk to you soon. Good morning. Haven't even been on the trail an hour and come up to Flagstaff Lake. And what a beauty it is. Lots of swimming opportunities here, but it's not even 7 and it's cool outside. And it's probably always going to be too cool for this guy.
Absolutely.
He doesn't believe in swimming in Maine. He thinks they're incompatible, Maine with swimming. So, but for the rest of us, I think there might be a swim or two before this hike is over. Man, Maine has such fantastic lakes. Oh well. Hi everyone. About 9:30 in the morning. Just walking by myself through the forest on soft pine needles and alongside a beautiful lake. And I can't imagine the phone camera can convey just the serenity and the beauty of what we're seeing here. But Just the water lapping at the shore, the quiet trail, birds occasionally chirping. This is just magical here. I'm at mile 2025. The ground is a little rooty, which I don't love, and muddy, which I don't love either, but for the most part today it's actually been pretty darn easy compared to what we're used to. But I don't know, I'm growing more and more philosophical as we get down to the last 10 or 12 days, and these kind of days like right now is what I'll miss the most. When I'm hiking by myself in the morning, it's a beautiful breeze and a good beautiful sights and just the quiet and the beauty of the forest. Just amazing. And this is what you want to hike the AT for. Just that solitude and peacefulness from being out in the woods and just exercising, walking along. It's really nice. Oh well, talk to you later. We have stopped on the shores of West Carey Pond, which is yet another beautiful pond here in Maine. There are some camps you can see on the other side. You peek through the branches. The other thing I wanted to bring your attention to is this different kind of tree, which we haven't seen so far. It has a sinewy trunk, a little bit reddish color, wraps itself around the roots. Look at this baby here, wrapping itself around the rocks, rather. And it has wholly different leaves. Look at that. That's in your yard, you might have arborvitaes, which are foundation plants that can grow quite tall. And I believe an arborvitae is just a type of a cedar plant. Cedar is very weather resistant too, so it makes a great fence and outdoor furniture, as well as repelling moths if you have a cedar moth closet, or moth chest. In any case, a beautiful day, trail's in pretty good shape, motoring along. Talk to you soon. Hey there. I'm in a remote area, and I just came across a beautiful boardwalk. How nice is this? Undoubtedly the work of some dedicated Maine Appalachian Trail Club volunteers. It's really fantastic. Well made. Made of cedar from the local trees. There's a cedar tree. They can grow in the water here. Yeah, how nice is that? I'm gonna stop and oh, I see some interesting flowers. Oh, see that over there? That is a Venus flytrap. Pretty sure. I don't want to walk through the mud, but I'm gonna... That, yes, pretty sure is a Venus flytrap. Catches flies, and I think that's what it is. Carnivorous plant. I'm gonna come back here and show you another beautiful plant that I saw. It's a blue iris, I believe. I have no signal, so I can't go online to this plant database to verify it, but I might as well, since I'm here, I might as well show you this fantastic flower. Excuse me, forgot to unzoom it, so things are probably a little chaotic. Yeah, check that beauty out. Wow. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? Wow. Maine sure is pretty. Okay. Take the zoom off, go back up the hill, continue my hike. Wow, I've got my own private swimming beach. Doesn't get much better than this. It seems like every 20 minutes we come across just a beautiful lake. Wow, I'll put my feet in, my hands in, and the water's really nice. Still have about 6 or 7 miles to go to get to my shelter, but it's not far from another lake, and I hope I get there in time where I can come down to the lake and rest my feet in water, maybe go for a swim. That will be so awesome. But in the meantime, these rocks are fiendish, as some would say, and it's just doing in my feet. We seem to switch back and forth between a nice trail and in a rock and root-filled, painful walk. But in this case here, what a view. What a view indeed. Hey there. After about 18 miles of hiking, I made it to the Pierce Pond lean-to. And conditions are quite good. I'm sitting here with my feet in the water. I thought about swimming, but it's actually fairly cool outside. I'd say it's in the low 60s. But my feet are in some level of discomfort, so I might say a high level of discomfort. So I've got them soaking in the water. Hopefully that will help. And meanwhile, I've got my ramen cold soaking and in the sun. Hopefully it'll be cooked up or soft enough to eat. But this is a beautiful area. 18 miles of relatively easy hiking today. Tomorrow we head to Caratunk, which is only like 4 miles, but we cross the Kennebec and we have to get a portage, a canoe-based portage over the Kennebec, which is provided free by the Appalachian Trail Consortium. And then we're on our way. And that's Wednesday, July 11th. So on Friday, we should reach Monson, stay at a hostel, resupply, and get outfitted for the 100-mile wilderness, and we'll be on our way. Talk to you soon. Good morning, Bones.
Good morning.
Day 138 for Pritch.
143.
And we are at this beautiful pond here, for which Milo swam. Pritch soaked his legs. Late start, but that was per the plan because we're going over the Kennebec River, and we have to use a canoe service to get across the river. It's otherwise dangerous. It's like 3 or 4 miles, and it doesn't open till 9. And then we're going across into Caratunk, where we're going to get a milkshake and resupply, and spend some time there. Maybe have lunch, and then spend the next 2 days to get to Monson, or
that's correct. Saturday morning. 2
days. Saturday morning we get to Monson, hang out there, and then into the 100-mile wilderness. So it's cool here. Gosh, is it 60, you think? No. No, it's less than 60. I'm freezing. I am freezing. So, but it's still good hiking weather. We got to go find Milo. See ya. We're on our way to the Kennebec River for the portage, but it's just a lot of beautiful moss-covered rocks. It's like a primeval forest out here. And not that far away, just down the hill, is the stream or river, if you will, that comes out of the lake that we stayed at. It's a lot of waterfalls. Path, the ground is pretty soft other than roots and rocks, which is, on the whole, great for my feet. Look at all this moss here, and lichen, and little plants. And it was just the cedar trees, which had just shown up for me anyways, in terms of observing them in the last day or so. Hadn't seen any up to this point, just hemlocks and firs for conifers. And now all of a sudden you can see the cedars, and you can tell them by their distinct trunk. Oh well, I gotta put this phone away. This is not gotta scramble up here. Here comes Milo paddling across the Kennebec. On Thursday, 12th July, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey guys, 2:30. We're like 5 miles north of Caratunk, heading up a steep hill, and just the amount of roots has been significant. Sweater. My feet and ankles get very sore from the bending motion on this. I've had Maine Appalachian Trail Club, to their credit, has fashioned a lot of great stairs, but there's also places where it's just a rock scramble and a root fest, and the roots are mostly what's here. This just wears you out. And I can see beyond. There's more rocks and roots. Enough for now.
Top of the hill.
Hey, they were on top of Pleasant Pond Mountain. And stupendous views. You can see down here into the forest and hardly any sign of humanity. Not much in the way of roads. And you see little houses every now and then. And the roads that we've come across are all gravel. In this direction, if you look closely, there's wind turbines on the ridge line, a few tens of miles ahead. But stupendous views. And I wonder, when you look this way, you know, I know Katahdin is 150 miles on the trail. Maybe it's 110 or something. As the crow flies, you wonder if one of those is Katahdin. I have no idea at this point, but we're going to press on. 3 o'clock. It's been a good day. We stopped at a bed and breakfast just for a milkshake and a pulled pork sandwich, which was delish, and some resupply. And we just come up this mountain, which was a hard climb, lots of rocks and roots, but still not as bad as what we've experienced in the past, so it's all good. We're going to stealth camp about 5 miles from now, so we'll do about 16 today. We lost a lot of time waiting for the river crossing as well as waiting for our lunch at the bed and breakfast, but everything is good. Things looking beautiful. People feeling pretty good. It's all good. Guys, we came across a celebrity on the trail here. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and you'll get it in a minute.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Barefoot. I'm Sobo, and
there you go.
Nice
There's the bare
you.
feet.
Yeah.
How far have you gone barefoot?
What is it, about 140 miles so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Katahdin.
Wow.
And, it's been great so far. My feet are a little wrapped up. I got a few mummied up at the moment, but they're feeling good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about 2,000 more miles.
Unbelievable, man. I am impressed. Are you on YouTube or Instagram?
I have an Instagram, yeah.
Well, and barefoot on?
It's, I might change it to Barefoot something, but right now it's Eagle Boy 1393.
Eagle Boy 1393.
We'll have it on the video, and I'll be posting this soon. So
Sweet.
we're gonna be watching you, man. You can
Awesome.
probably no shirt on, so probably within 100 miles you'll be in your underwear, and then time you get to Jersey, you'll be buck naked.
Yeah, I want to get a kilt.
There you go.
Ha!
You'll be
Well,
all set.
well, you make me feel embarrassed complaining about my feet, and you should too.
Well,
Wow.
to each their own, you know.
Wow, man, I'm impressed. Okay, we'll let you go. Day 139 for Pritch. Day
144 for Bones.
what day for Milo?
I don't know.
And we spent the night last night here. What mile is this, or what was that place that we crossed?
Moxie Pond.
Moxie Pond and Ford, where we didn't have to ford. We were able to bounce across the rocks.
Yep.
And today we're going to where?
Moxie Mountain.
Past Moxie Mountain.
Oh, yes, but to, what's the name of over?
We're going about 16 miles.
Right.
We got one mountain. It's not too bad. It's going to be a fairly easy day. And then tomorrow we'll have like 8 or 9 into Monson.
Yep.
So things are going well. And this was not a perfect tent site, but it was good enough for 3 guys used to sleeping on hills with roots in their back. But a little 7:15, heading out for the day. A little bit of a late start, but short mileage, so we decided to sleep late. Talk to you soon. Day 139, about 8 o'clock in the morning. We just passed a beautiful, what do you call this, a swamp?
I call it swamp.
It's a pretty looking swamp. And earlier saw some tracks. So this is the kind of place I think moose like to hang out, but unfortunately not when we're around. And so the moose sightings have been rare, but they're all around us. Moose scat everywhere in the ground, and wow, and you see their hoof prints everywhere, but they don't want to be seen. So, but this is beautiful. It was a cool night. It started off super hot and sweaty, but then by around 10 or 11 o'clock it cooled down. It was actually cold this morning and needed to have a jacket on, but we're back to short sleeves and sweating as we move on. Trail's been in pretty good shape. It's lovely when you can step on hemlock needles and such. There's been some rocks, but not a ton. So feet are in pretty good shape to start the day. Talk to you later. Coming up in a very rocky area. Look at that. Trying to figure out where to go. We figured out it's to the right. So Bones, you go. And I'll film Bones and Milo waking up the hungry bear. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at that. Ooh-wee. That's a little unnerving. Look at those rocks. Oh, man. I hope that's stable, guys. No one play on that rock.
Wow.
This is not a place I want to hang out or pitch my tent under. Oh, yeah.
Turn your phone on and see if you can get service. Okay. We're getting close.
Okay, enough of this. We are near the summit of Moxie Bald Mountain. It's really quite beautiful here. Beautiful weather. We just had a challenging climb. Look at that beautiful lake. Oh, beautiful mountains. Beautiful state of Maine. So nice. Gotta catch up with my buddies somewhere ahead. Hoping beyond hope that I have AT&T coverage here. Just as a reminder, AT&T is one of the weaker choices for cell phone coverage on the AT. Verizon is by far the best. AT&T is a distant second. Sprint and T-Mobile are, I'm not even on the charts. It's really something. And there's Bones sitting up at the summit. Come across a snake on the trail here, and it's just not moving. Looks like it might have been stepped on. I don't want to... Oh, there it's moving. Come on, move along. Yep, move along. I guess it's a garter. That's what it looks like, but... Okay, buddy. Now that I woke you up, move along. Yeah, I know. I don't want to mess with you. I'm surprised you're so aggressive, but... Yeah, just go. Just go. Okay. That's what I like. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's all I need is to fall near the snake. Already taken one big fall today. It seems like I have a quota of one big fall a day. This one happened with no one around, but the last couple have been face plants, and I was stuck on the ground this morning, pretty uncomfortable, mindful that I only have like 135 miles to go, and got to be as careful as possible. It'd be a debacle to break a leg or ankle or something that would prevent me from finishing, and it would take something big, because I tell you, I would crawl across the finish line if necessary. But oh well. Talk to you soon. Good morning. Saturday, July 14th, day 140. What day is it for you, Milo? What day is it for you, Bones?
1:45.
You can tell who the two young guys are in this crowd. We've got the old guy who can't keep track of time, but we spent another lumpy night in a rooted area, but we're getting used to that. And today we're going into Monson, and we're at the Horseshoe Canyon Shelter. Yep. And we only have about 8 miles to get into Monson. Yesterday we did how many? Like 15 or 16 or so?
15.6, I think.
Yeah, you go. And it's about 6:30 in the morning. And unusually, we're waiting for Milo and not for Pritch. But that's okay. 1 out of 10 waiting for Milo isn't bad, given that 90% of the time we're waiting for Pritch. And Bones survived a widowmaker that was hanging over his tent all night long, creaking and groaning. We thought that was the end of him. Milo and I had divided up his gear after he had been crushed by the falling tree, but no, nothing happened there. So, yeah, so on to Monson.
I'm gonna grab my camera.
We're at mile 2067 on Saturday, July 14th, day 140 for Pritch, and we're getting trail magic from a lovely lady here.
Trail name's Pineapple.
Thanks, Pineapple.
Clothesline.
Clothesline, my old friend.
Cheddar.
Cheddar, oh. Okay.
I'm Sarah.
Maniac, we just named her. She doesn't have a trail name. Sarah from Maine.
Milo.
Conan.
My old friend Conan, who saved us in the Smokies. Wow, this is a fantastic trail magic just outside of Monson. And really great surprise. Thank you so much, Pineapple.